Previously during the investigation. These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
And welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Deadly Premonition. We find ourselves once again in another place, in a red room, if you will. Except things are a little bit different this time. There are no angel kids, but there is a trading card. Let's take a look at what that trading card says. Well, it's Angel Isaac. We don't really know who this is. We met them last time, but who is this person? We know that these kids look a lot like the kids who found the dead body in the introduction. And we're just going to keep track of how many cards we collect. We've gotten 2 so far, 65 in total. This room does seem a little bit different than the last time we were here, though. The angel kids are gone, those mannequins are knocked over. That map of America has been wiped clean. And over there, that TV has been knocked upside down, so what's been happening here? Well, there's no one else to talk to, so I guess all we can try to do is try the door. And yes, fortunately for us, it's unlocked, so maybe we can explore this place a bit more. We don't actually know what this place is, where it is, or why we're here. Or who's playing that sax.
Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
Here we're introduced to a new game mechanic. The mysterious shadows can't actually see us. They don't have eyes. They can detect us by our breath. We can hide from them by holding our breath. If we don't breathe, they have no way of finding where we are. Of course, how long can you hold your breath? Well, it seems that York can hold his for a good long time. I wonder what would have happened if York wasn't so good at that. Right, that. It didn't actually count as a death, we just got walked back to try it again. But we can see that the Red Room is a dangerous place.
Who are you? Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels. But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee. Let's head to the cafeteria, Zach. I hope they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
Agent York is a man who has his priorities straight. He sleeps in his clothes so he doesn't have to waste time changing in the morning. The first thing he does when he sits up in bed is have a smoke, and then it's time for coffee. Now this is our hotel room, and it'll act as our home base throughout the investigation. We can save here, we can sleep here. This suitcase contains our clothes. We'll keep this suit on for right now, though, but we will be looking at the variety of clothes that York can wear. Anything on television? Well, I too love Forest of Rain forever, but doesn't seem like there's too much on Greenvale television. We have our toolbox here, so we can switch items and weapons. A mirror, so we can check ourselves out. We don't actually use this kitchen, and we have a bathroom, in which we can shave. If you don't choose to shave York, he does grow quite a mighty stubble. But if you do choose to shave him, then you can rise up on the leaderboards for shaving. There are leaderboards for a variety of things in this game. We'll be taking a look at that. And you get money for shaving. So, I mean, if you want to rise up on the leaderboards for shaving, you want to shave as many times as possible. But if you want York to have a full beard, you don't want to shave at all. And I think that might be the only time we actually shave, because I do like York with a beard. Let's go have breakfast. Oh, first, let's take a look at the vending machines. Oh, lollipops and crackers. Wonderful. My favorite. The soda machines contain coffee and no soda.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan?
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension. But I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you.
And love my departed husband. May God rest his soul. I appreciate the invitation, but I'm fine over here.
Holly, I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
Say, Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
The clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Yes, actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The A&T Diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Now then, let's get going.
While that lengthy conversation with Polly is informative, you can actually skip just about all of that. Let's take a look at that.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan? What is it, Mr. Morgan?
Oh, nothing. I just said that these bacon and eggs are the very best I've ever tasted.
Oh, really? You flatter me again. Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Right, so a variety of conversations in the game can be altered, whether or not you choose to participate in them. Such as that one right there, as an example. Just one more thing in the cafeteria here that we'll want to take a look at before we leave. And something rather unique, it's coffee. We can use coffee to tell our fortune.
There's always trouble heading my way in this job. But I'm always up for a little excitement, too.
I don't know if that actually affects anything. I haven't noticed it.
There's no theme park in this town, though. All that good luck is just slipping away. But I think I'll have a thrilling enough time right here anyway.
So there's quite a few fortunes that you can get with the coffee. Of course, we'll be taking a look at all of them, but not all at once. We'll be spreading those out. We're almost done, actually, with our business at the hotel for right now, but there's a few things that we can take a look at. This map of Greenvale, for one thing. So we do want to keep in mind some important locations, such as the A&G Diner and the Milk Barn. Those are some places that we will be going to a few times. The nightclubs Galaxy of Terror and Swery 65 will only be open during at night. Let's have a look upstairs, because there's not much up here, but there's a history of Greenvale industry. It's an easy thing to miss. You're not really missing much if you don't go up here, but they have the rules of deer hunting, how you go about deer hunting in Greenvale. While we're reading the rules for this, I guess I should mention that this game is actually quite a bit different than the first video might have implied. The first video makes the game look like more traditional survival horror, running around shooting zombies with guns and such. And while there is quite a bit of that, it's not the only thing. In fact, most of this game, I would say, does not fall under that category. Most of this game is an open world game. A game where you just explore, where you go where you want to go, drive where you want to drive around the town of Greenvale, meeting people, going to locations. And that's what we're going to be doing. It's actually going to be a little while before we encounter any zombies again. Sure is a lot of information about deer hunting up here. Oh, and, by the way, the season of the deer hunting comes. I just wanted you to know that. You do want to take a look at all the signs that you see throughout the game, because, there's a lot of that kind of thing. I don't really know how you misspelled deer as dia. I guess they were spelling phonetically. But there is quite a bit of that kind of thing, which we'll be taking a look at. We're almost done with the rules of deer hunting here. Do not shoot females when you hunt deer. Do not shoot them. Deer hunters don't shoot the does. How ironic, I guess, that the murder victim was a woman. If that's even irony. I guess what I should mention here, though, however, is that there actually isn't any deer hunting in this game. None. Yeah, we're not going to be doing any deer hunting. There's nothing like that in here.
Hi.
So forget about all those rules we just read. Now, Polly is one of a few different people that you can buy things from. And she is someone that you'll want to check in with every so often, because she will be selling more items as the game goes on. But there's a few things that we want from her for right now. A few different items, not too much. Some foodstuffs, and a fishing rod. That is what we want, because we will be doing some fishing. And of course, if we have a fishing rod, we will need the bait. Let's buy a worm from her for $119. And while we're at it, let's Let's buy that wedge of cheddar cheese because I just have a feeling we might need one. You never know. That's about it that we need from her for right now. Like I said, she'll be getting more items later on, so keep in touch with her. Now, TVs that have that picture on them let you see the weather. It's a fine, clear day, and we get a money bonus for checking the weather. What you were able to do out in Greenvale can be affected by the weather. If it's raining, what we can do out there is going to be quite different than Polly. Polly, kind of need you to move out of the way. No respect for law enforcement in Greenville, apparently. But as I was saying, the weather will affect what you're able to do out in Greenvale. Since it's a clear day, we're able to walk just about anywhere. If it's raining, things will be different, and we'll be taking a look at that once it happens. But for right now, we're done with the hotel, so let's start the investigation.
Police car.
So we have King George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin. I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values.
Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Yeah, don't bother memorizing all of that. Just figure it out as you go. Kind of like the sound effect that plays when you see it, though. It sounds depressed. So, we've got ourselves a car. Thanks to George, and we're supposed to use it to meet up with George and the rest of the cops at the police station. But is that what Agent York would do? The cops did not seem to be happy at seeing him, at him interfering on their turf, and they may interfere with our investigation. Maybe York would do things better himself. York seems like the kind of guy who works better alone. So perhaps we don't want to go to the police station. Maybe we'll just start interviewing people on our own and just ditch the cops. So if that's the case, then where are we going to go? Well, fortunately we've got this map of Greenvale, and we can see that not too far away is the police station where we're supposed to go. But if we're not going to go there, where else? Well, it seems like the obvious choice would be the house of the victim. Maybe we can speak with the victim's family, get an idea of who the victim was, who her friends were, what she was involved in. And there's her house right there. Anna's house, the house of the victim, Anna Graham. Let's have a drive over there and see if we can't find out anything. York, do you have something to say?
So, about those bonus features in DVDs nowadays.
You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. I remember renting some John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. That was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never had a chance to see it.
I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together.
I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
So as we drive around Greenville, York does like telling us about his tastes in movies and music. It's not the last time we'll see that. But hey, we're here!
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
I do. I want to act on a hunch and rifle through this mailbox. Bullets. Yes, all of the citizens of Greenvale have bullets in their mailboxes, for reasons unknown. So this is the Graham house, and it's closed. If a house is closed, it means we can't go in there. Doesn't necessarily mean there isn't anyone else in there, but when we looked at it on the map, it didn't seem there was anyone in the house, so we can assume that there's no one here. But I think that this is the best bet, that this is where we're going to get some kind of lead. It should be the best starting point for this investigation. So at this point, I think it's a good time to introduce cigarettes. It has a unique effect. If we smoke, York forgets that time is going by, because he's in flavor country. Time just goes by. Let's have a smoke until 1 o'clock, I should say, and we'll see if anyone has come at that time. So that's how you easily fast forward time. And yes, doors open. Someone entered the house while we were just standing here. Let's go have a talk with him. So here we are inside the Graham house, but it doesn't seem like there's anyone here to welcome us. Let's just rob them a little bit. Stabilizer helps you with your pulse rate if you run too fast for too long. Oh, a suspect. Let's see what this is about. Get your gun ready, York.
Anna, where are you going? Don't leave me. You there. Do you know where Anna is? Anna. My dear Anna.
Zach, let's do this later. I don't think we'll get anything out of her like this.
No, York, let's do this now. Press the grieving mother for information.
I'd like to ask you some questions about Anna.
Anna. Oh, why did she have to die? She was so happy, so full of life. Anna, she loved that dress in the picture so much. She looked so pretty in it, but now she won't be able to wear it again. Yes, that dress. I can't find that dress anywhere.
That dress?
Her dress. Where is it? Without it, She looked so pretty when she wore it for prom. She was the prettiest girl in town that night. So why did she? Where's that dress? Where?
I don't think we'll get much more out of her like this. Maybe if we find the dress and bring it to her, she'll calm down enough to talk.
And welcome to the side quests of Deadly Premonition. This is the first one we'll be doing. These side quests are little optional missions that we can take. The first one is to find Anna's dress and give it to Sally, so maybe she'll calm down long enough to tell us something. There are a number of side quests in this game. There are actually, we go down the list, 50 in total, and we'll be doing all of them. This side quest is one of the easiest ones in the game. We can assume Anna's dress is somewhere in this house. However, even if we saw it, how would Agent York recognize the dress as being Anna's? We don't actually know what the dress looks like. Let's try upstairs. Might assume maybe her dress is in her room. Oh, well, that sounded kind of menacing. So we have a locked door and a door that really isn't there at all. Let's see if we have any luck here. Yes, this door is open. So maybe if you look around long enough, we'll see what dress Sally was talking about. Sally seemed quite distressed. Hopefully this dress will do something for her.
Look, Zach. It's a picture taken during her prom night.
There are no other pictures of Anna in a dress. This blue dress here, then, must be the one Sally is looking for. She does look like a goddess. Sally was right. She sure is pretty. That smile would make any man turn to butter.
Well, now York knows what the dress looks like. It's that blue dress in the picture. So let's see if we can find that. We know it's not up here because those other two doors, well, one of them's locked, the other one isn't actually a real door. So perhaps it is somewhere down here. Kind of surprising that Sally doesn't seem to have a problem with this strange man rummaging through her house.
This is it. This is the same dress as the one in the prom picture.
Let's take it to Sally.
Alright, we've got the dress. I don't know why Sally wouldn't have been able to find it here in the closet with all the dresses. Apparently this is where the Graham family keeps the dresses, so you'd think that this would be a pretty obvious place to look. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, no, hey. We found this dress. For you. You're gonna take this dress. Sure did.
This is it! The dress! This is Anna's dress! Anna! Oh, Anna! Anna!
Sally, we found the dress. So please tell me more about Anna.
She was such a good girl. She was the most beautiful girl in town, with pretty blonde hair. Everyone around her just loved her.
On the night of the murder, was Anna at home?
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
That day. The day she died. I stayed over at a friend's place. If only I'd been here, Anna might not have gone through...
Where did you stay that night?
I was...
Aha. So, in other words, you have no idea what Anna was up to that night.
That's wrong! She wasn't the kind of girl that would walk around at night. She was always dancing under the sun. Yes, under the pouring sunshine, like this.
Zach, look. A key fell from Anna's dress. Maybe we can use this to get into Anna's room.
Sorry, Sally, but we're going to have to take a look in there.
Side quest complete. The first side quest out of 50, complete. And that leads us into a second side quest. This one, Anna's diary. Since we have the key to her room, we can rummage through her personal stuff. It's okay, I mean, we're the FBI. We can do that. Oh. Well, Sally seems to have come down from that rather fast. Let's have a look at what personal effects Anna might have in her room. Oh, she has a trading card of her dress. So, yeah. Her dress has a trading card. Kind of wonder who's making these cards. Anna used to wear this dress before she was murdered. Didn't have much use for it after she was murdered, I guess.
She was at an age that craves excitement. Doesn't matter what town you're from. Girls will be girls.
You know, Zach, in this wonderful country of ours, there are no good old-fashioned towns left. None at all.
Day 1. Today is the day of the ceremony, and I'm a little nervous about it. Day 2. The first time he used it on me, it was so amazing, so exhilarating. Day 3. He doesn't let anything slip. I'm really worried about Becky. Day 4. Delivery man Q won't be able to protect Becky, so that's the last page written. It's very interesting. You can learn a lot from a diary.
So we have this unnamed he, Becky, and this delivery man Q. Zach, this could be more interesting than I thought.
And our second side quest is complete. So it seems that we have a lead, perhaps 2 leads. This Becky, who apparently was a friend of Anna's, and this delivery man Q. We could shave here in the dead girl's bathroom if we so choose, but let's not. So I guess our next what we're going to be doing next will be try to find these 2 people listed in Anna's diary, see if they know anything about what's been happening at... Who are you? When did you come in here?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. And I want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
So, this gentleman, his name begins with Q. And he has a girlfriend named Becky. What a coincidence. Perhaps this might be our delivery man Q, maybe? Unfortunately, there's no way to prove that. Just because his name begins with Q does not really mean anything. Looks like he came here to make Sally lunch, so that's nice of him. I guess we'll just leave them to their lunch for right now. Since we have no way of knowing if delivery man Q in the diary is referring to Quint. But we do have a full name from that diary, and we do now know that that full name, Becky, also belongs to Quint's girlfriend. So maybe that might be the way to go. Well, this car wasn't here when we went in, so this must be Quint's. Quite a nicer car than what we have. So, fortunately, we have our map that shows where everyone in town lives, so we can use that to easily find Becky. By the way, you can also see if people are located at the locations. You can see sort of a silhouette of a person. So that tells you where people are, if someone is in a house or not. Now, Becky's house, a bit of a distance away. It's quite Quite lonesome. There she is, and there's someone in her house. We might assume that it's Becky. So that seems to be the way to go. So, next time on Let's Play Deadly Premonition, we continue meeting the townspeople of Greenvale with Becky. See you then.